One fake article. That is all it took to build one of the most powerful teams in NASCAR history. And right now, that team is winning so many races, the rest of the garage can barely keep up. Here is how it all started. Back in 2020, Denny Hamlin was already thinking about owning a NASCAR team. He wanted to be more than just a driver, but he had not found the right deal yet. Then one day, a completely made-up article popped up online. It said Hamlin and Michael Jordan were looking to buy a NASCAR team together. None of it was true. But Hamlin thought it was funny, so he sent it to Jordan, just as a joke between friends. The two had been close for over 10 years at that point. Hamlin was even a courtside regular at Charlotte Hornets games, the NBA team Jordan owned. Now here is where things take a turn. Jordan did not just laugh it off. He sent back a message that changed everything. Hamlin shared the story on CBS Mornings and said, "I saw the article, sent it to him. He says, not real, but if you want to make it real, let me know." Hamlin followed up and asked what Jordan meant. Jordan came right back with, "Well, are you going to be a team owner or not?" Hamlin told him yes, given the right situation. And Jordan said, "Well, if you want a partner, let me know." That was it. Hamlin flew to Florida the next day. They spent hours on the phone with Jordan's money team and put together a full business plan. Within weeks, 2311 Racing was born. The name comes from Jordan's famous number 23 and Hamlin's number 11. Bubba Wallace was picked to drive the number 23 car, and the team hit the track in 2021. And they did not waste time. Wallace won his first Cup Series race that same year at Talladega. Then the team added Tyler Reddick in 2023, and things took off. Reddick won the 2024 regular season title and reached the championship 4. A third car was added in 2025 with Riley Herbst. Bubba Wallace won the Brickyard 400 that summer. Things were moving fast. But behind the scenes, a storm was building. In October 2024, Jordan and Hamlin filed a big lawsuit against NASCAR. They said the way NASCAR split money with teams was not fair. Jordan told Gayle King on CBS, "When I got into the sport, there were a lot of things I wasn't really happy about. The sport was not set up for success long-term for the individuals involved." He said the people at the top were doing fine, but the teams putting cars on the track every week were not being treated right, and Jordan was ready to risk it all. He said, "Even if I get kicked out of the sport, even if I lose the lawsuit, I'm going to wake up some people to understand what they're actually doing is wrong." Jordan also admitted the courtroom made him nervous. He said, "Oh, yeah, I was definitely nervous. Being in any courtroom makes me nervous, because that's not where I want to be." But once the lawsuit was filed, his competitive fire kicked in. He said, "I was all in. I was aggressively going to win. I became a competitor all over again." Hamlin testified too and broke down in tears on the stand when he talked about getting into racing and his father's health. He said it costs around $20 million just to bring one car to a full season. In December 2025, after 9 days of trial, they reached a deal. NASCAR agreed to give all teams permanent charters with better terms. It was a huge win. And since then, Jordan has been way more visible at the track, hanging out in Victory Lane, talking to reporters, and enjoying what his team is doing. And what his team is doing right now is absolutely wild. Tyler Reddick won the 2026 Daytona 500. Then he won the next 2 races. That made him the first driver in Cup Series history to win the first 3 races of a season. He added another win at Darlington, giving him 4 wins in 6 races. He leads the standings by over 80 points. Reddick is in the last year of his contract, but Hamlin made it clear a new deal is close. On his podcast, he said, "That will be done soon." "He deserves everything he gets," Reddick said. "We're going through the process. Hopefully it'll be done soon." And during the lawsuit, when the team's future was unclear, other teams tried to grab Reddick. He turned them all down and stayed loyal. Now, with the lawsuit settled and Reddick running away with the season, 2311 is starting to look like one of the best teams in the sport. Hamlin said it best on his podcast. He compared the team to a house under construction and said, "We're in the neighborhood. We've got the framing up, foundations built, sticks are going up, wall's roof is soon to follow." He was talking about whether 2311 belongs with the big 3 of Hendrick Motorsports, Joe Gibbs Racing, and Team Penske. He admitted that over 6 years, they have not matched Penske yet. But he said, if we're talking about 2026, then he's wrong, pushing back on anyone who doubts them right now. What makes it more impressive is how small the team is. The big teams have over 400 employees, 2311 runs, with about 150. They pay Joe Gibbs Racing around $8 million a year for a technical alliance. But at Darlington, where Reddick won, 2311 went a completely different direction from JGR on car setup. Hamlin said his team looked at JGR's data and said, no, that's not what we think. They trusted their own people, and it worked. Hamlin himself also does not look at 2311's setup sheets before his own races. He said, I just focus on what I need because at so many of these racetracks, I have a really good understanding of the feel that I need in my car to go win. Speaking of Hamlin the driver, his 2026 season has been strong too. He won at Las Vegas for his 61st career win, moving him into 10th on the all-time list. That came after a brutal offseason. He lost the 2025 championship just 3 laps from the finish. Then his father passed away from injuries in a house fire. His mother was badly hurt too. He hurt his own shoulder going through the rubble. He admitted he did not want to drive for a while, but once he got back, he said, old dogs can hunt. At Martinsville last Sunday, Hamlin started on the pole and led 292 of 400 laps. He won both stages and ran the fastest lap. But a late restart gave Chase Elliott clean air up front, and Hamlin could not get back around him. Elliott won the race by half a second. Hamlin also had a slightly loose wheel that his crew confirmed after the race. But here is the crazy part. Even though Elliott won the race, Hamlin actually scored more points. Under NASCAR's new format, race wins are worth 55 points. But Hamlin's 2-stage wins and fastest lap gave him 56 total, while Elliott had no stage points and ended up with just 55. The odds of that happening are about 1 in 800,000, or roughly a 0.001% chance. Hamlin also got into it with Ryan Blaney late in the race. He pushed Blaney into the wall while fighting for third. Blaney said, he just put me in the fence. Hamlin admitted fault and said, I wouldn't disagree, when told Blaney thought the move was unnecessary. Blaney finished 6th and felt he could have fought for the win without the contact. After the race, Hamlin went on his podcast and called out NASCAR for running too many laps under caution. He said, we're running too long under caution. We have to find a way to shorten them up. He pointed out that Fox wants to show pit stops live, which drags out the yellow flag. In Saturday's lower series race, nearly half the total laps were under caution,